Hi Stampin' friends, it's Chris Slogar from BuckeyeInklings.com. And today I want to remake this card that we did on Facebook Live this week. I just want it to have its own video so that it's easy to reference on YouTube, but we will make it, here's a clue, to look different with Grapefruit Grove pieces. Okay, so this will be a whole different theme and different look from this card, which we did Wednesday night. This uses Mossy Meadow and that beautiful pressed petals designer paper, the specialty paper that also has some coordinating specialty washi tape to make these little flowers. Okay, and the special thing about this card is that I'm untying it here. It's held shut with the tie, and when you pull it open by the triangles, it twists open like this. So fun, okay? And the greeting stays in the proper orientation to go with that inside panel, which is sideways. Okay, so really fun. Let's get started with our Grapefruit Grove version. You need 2 pieces of cardstock that measure 4 inches by 10 1/4 to start. So I'm scoring each of those at 5 1/2 inches. Okay, now that 5 1/2 inch length, let me show you, is the center length, the length of that center piece. Okay, so I'm going to turn them so that they're like this, and you'll see that the 2 5 1/2 inch lengths are going to overlap, and then we need score lines on the diagonal, on the end pieces. So you can use your grid paper or you can use a ruler. I'm just going to mark, here, I'll use my grid paper, a spot that is 4 inches from this lower corner. And that's the spot I'm going to score to. And then on this one, same thing. I want a spot that is 4 inches from the top corner. Okay, and that's what I'm going to score to on that side. So let me pull my scoring tool back in. You can do this on your trimmer by putting that in the groove of your trimmer track. But I am going to score by putting my marks here on the line that I have darkened in. And I'm going from my mark to a corner in each case to get my 45-degree score lines. Okay, so anytime there's like a triangular piece, I know that looks a little scary, but this is all that there is to it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and burnish these, and just make sure as you fold things they're true and line up. You can kind of force as you burnish if they're not lining up perfectly, and I'm going to do that because I do want things to come together perfectly on this card. So okay, so these will nest together like so. Now what I usually find is that when you do that, there's a tiny little gap here because obviously both of these middle sections are 5 1/2 inches. So for the one that's going to go on the inside, I'm going to trim off just a hair so those can nest perfectly, okay? Because at 5 1/2 inches, that edge is running into the fold on the other 5 1/2 inch length. Okay, and I'm just going to put my adhesive end to end of all of that back panel and stick these 2 pieces together. Carefully. And as I do that, I can make sure that we're in good alignment and slip the card a little bit if I need to, because I've got the liquid glue there. Okay, well that looks pretty good. I've got my diagonal coming together, and my card will, well, it starts like that and opens like that. Okay, super fun. So Now, I didn't pre-cut my triangular pieces because I want to show you that carefully. The main panel piece, the one that you see on top, starts from a 3 7/8 inch square. Now, every time you cut one of these diagonals, make sure you're paying close attention to which opposite corners you need to connect, okay? Because that's the easy place to make a mistake, to cut it across the wrong diagonal, and trust me, that won't work. Okay, so I've cut my 3 7/8 inch square down to fit that front panel, okay, because this is basically a 4-inch square. Okay, I've also got a piece that will tuck under here very nicely. It starts from a rectangle that is 3 7/8 inch wide and 5 1/8 inch long. So I'm going to make a mark 5/8 inch from this top corner. And this is the point I'm going to connect to cut down to this corner, where I'm also going to have a mark 5/8 inch from that lower corner. Okay, so this is the cut that will fit. And again, look carefully at what you're trying to match up with as you make that, so that you know your diagonal is going in the right direction. Okay, so let's attach all of these pieces. This is fun. I go to these 2018, 2020 in colors all the time. I love these brights, so I'll be very sad when they disappear next year. Okay, so see how nicely that fits? I'm going to erase that pencil mark when I get a chance, since I can see it so obviously there. But that fits that very nicely, and this fits this underside very nicely. And of course, that Tombow glue helps me to slip it right into place. Okay, so we're also going to attach our little triangular pieces here. Oh, and I haven't even told you yet what the theme of this card is. You just see the colors. So let me get to that. I pre-made some pieces so you don't have to watch me color them. But see, we're just mounting these on the front. They come together nicely then. Oops, slide. Let me get this placed and try not to talk so I can get this right. Can't do two things at once. Okay. All right. So there we have the front panel. Now, I've already made my pieces for this, and I've used this super cute Grandma's House set. This is new in this year's annual catalog. I've been using these little flowers and this little image with the house a lot, but this is the first time I'm using the greetings. There's so many great greetings for grandmas here. So for the front, I have every time a baby is born, so is a grandma. And I've just got that cut on the largest stitch square. And I'm attaching it to a scalloped rectangle. And that will be on my front. Now this will be my inside piece. So when the card pulls open, it says, "Congratulations on the birth of your beautiful new grandbaby." So cute. And I've just stamped one flower. So after I had stamped the front, I re-inked the stamp. And by the way, this piece is, what was it? 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. So it's a 1/4 inch narrower than our normal card. But as I was saying, after I stamped the front here, I re-inked the stamp and covered up these two flowers with Scotch tape, and so that I could just stamp this one flower there. Okay, so this card is ready to be closed up, and I'm going to tie it shut. I like to tie this card shut. Now, you will need to lock down the ribbon, but only on one side. Obviously, you can't lock it all the way across because this has to open. So I'm just taking some of my tear and tape and I'm going to run it right over that ribbon there, and maybe even a second piece. And make sure that you're behind, you know, where your front focal point is going to be. Now, I would like to have that focal point popped up, and I am going to just put some dimensionals. Now, pay attention to which corner you're in for the dimensionals, because you only want this attached to one side of the that front opening piece. Okay, so I am going to put this down. I've only got the dimensionals where they'll hit this panel, and I'm going to use that nice gingham check and line up my corner points too to kind of center that. And then I'm just going to bring my ribbon around here and tie this together. Super cute, isn't it? I've used my blends to color in these flowers. So mostly the colors from last year's In Colors, the Pineapple Punch and Lovely Lipstick, Call Me Clover, but I've also used some Highland Heather there for that last flower. Okay, so that's cute. Let me just trim that excess bow. Now I'm going to add, we also have still in the annual catalog these Gingham Gala sequins that are so cute. I'm going to just tuck in a couple extra flowers around here in different colors. And there we have it. Every time a baby is born, so is a grandma. Super cute. If you need any of the products you've seen, please visit me at buckeyeinklings.com for the online store. And there are a lot of great ideas there too that don't make it to YouTube. Some of them I just show in pictures on my website. So thanks for watching and have a great day.